3, 2, 1. Live on YouTube and live on Facebook. Bring this over here. Good evening from the UK. Wow, fantastic. Thanks, Carol. Good to see you. My neighbor who is also my brother-in-law, is from Sheffield. Okay, we're going to give it just a few minutes before we bring in Zoe. Thank you all for being here. I wasn't sure what Jonesboro on DGN, which is airing right now, wasn't sure what that would do for our viewership, but it looks like people will not be stopped who want to listen to Zoe AnDyke and hear about UPlay, Jonesboro or no. Andrew on Facebook, thanks for finishing that up. Thanks for the new comedy video. They always make me laugh. What's the movie with Tim, Rocky Picture Horror Show? He says anticipation. Hi from Texas, Sean. How's it going? Guys, let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. We're going to give it just a few minutes for some people to show up, and then I'm going to bring in Miss Zoe. Andrew, you're welcome. My pleasure. Can see fine. Okay, that's half of it. Again, keeping me in suspense. I am excited I'm always excited to hang out with you lovely people on Friday afternoons. Oh, by the way, before I switch to the 2-shot and this gets covered up, look at this amazing DGA shockwave. It's a little piece of history for you, and it is mint condition. One of the OGs, currently out of production. The predecessor to our Aftershock. Here, fine. Thank you, William. Appreciate that. And I often try and find like a fancy new shiny, whatever we're currently offering. Hey, here's a Matt Bell Tour Series Pipeline. Go buy one. This is a little bit of a nostalgic moment. Some of you, I'm sure, have a DGA Shockwave on your shelves somewhere. Great color. Deep red are the bomb. There you go. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Okay, just another couple minutes here, and we're going to bring in Zoe. Scott, I get you confused. Are you, trying to remember if you're the California Scott. Connect usernames to people. I'm thinking you might be out. Are you out on the course right now? There's a handful of DGA employees who are doing something pretty special to a course around Santa Cruz right now. We can chat about that maybe in a second, but we're a little short-handed. Normally, you get all the DGA employees, everybody. Oh, you're the Nashville Scott. Okay. Well, I mean, that's the better. Let's be honest. You know, if I put you and the other Scott up against each other in a nice fight, not a knife fight, a nice fight, it'd be you all day, every day. What? Okay, no, that's not Caesar. Okay, I was thinking like, Caesar, you're installing baskets right now and you're in the chat? I'll bet that's either Britta or Matt's cat, Bobby. chatting on their account. Okay. All right. A lot of fun. I have had the pleasure of getting to know Zoe over the last week. Obviously, been a fan for a long time. Zoe is one of our sports celebrities and greatest advocates. Matt, Sylvia, Josh, and I are holding down the fort. Okay, good. As long as there's somebody there doing work. I mean, I know it's not going to be me. Let's be honest. I'm going to go straight back to watching YouTube compilations of cat fails immediately following this live. So I do need somebody to ship out discs and baskets. Thanks. Zoe AnDyke, so fun to talk to. Can you consider somebody a friend after just talking to them for like an hour? Is that okay? Can we do that? I'll ask her when she gets in. But Zoe is the director of UPlay Disc Golf. So without further ado, let's bring her in and find out what they're doing over there. Hello, Zoe. Oh, no, I can't hear you anymore. I could. Oh,
there we go.
Hey, hi.
Yep, hi. Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Zoe, quick question, and I do want to keep this professional, but at what level would you say our friendship ranks right now, you and me? Is it like a best friends? On what scale of like business associates to best friends would you say we are after 1 hour of conversation?
Yeah, so it's like things evolved pretty quickly. I'd say we're pretty good friends. Yeah, and it all happened over
Is that
such
like
a short
4?
time.
What is that? I need a number.
Oh,
Is that like a
out of 10, we're definitely approaching the nines, I mean,
Okay.
it's going well.
I thought you were going to say,
Really well.
no, it's not even close to 4. It's a 2. It's a 2 right now. In fact, because you asked, it's a 1.5.
First friendship out of 10 scale I've ever done. A lot of scales out of 10, but
Right.
I'm excited to now do this again.
Well, a couple things. Again, I do want to keep it professional, but your lighting, audio, and background are better than any other guest on the DGA live show. So we can just
Thank you.
write that one up right now as a win for you in all those categories.
I have to give thanks where it's due. Miles, Paragon Disc Golf.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful background. Easiest, most professional, awesome
Miles.
thing to set up. Yep. Miles Parkhill is a wonderful man. Yeah. Look.
We are definitely.
So I got to say.
We definitely do a lot of work with Miles. He is fantastic. And some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about after our interview is from him. So go figure.
Whoa. Side fact, Miles was my first ever sponsor in disc golf.
Really?
Back in 2012, 1 million years ago. I'm just kidding.
2012.
Yeah, he was my first.
That's fantastic. We've got a couple people in the chat. Ben Sorensen says, Zoe! I'm just trying to recreate
All right.
that. And then he wants to clarify that it's 980 rated friends. He thinks we should be rating it on a scale of like disc golf terms. So.
Yeah, that's a really good scale to use. It's super topic appropriate. I love that.
You're probably, ooh man, this is a dangerous. Are you 980?
Oh, I will be at some point.
Okay.
In the future.
I was
Thank
just trying
you.
I have, I don't really have a good scale for that, but I could see you being a 980 rated player.
Well, I don't think anybody has much of a good scale for rating, but we are all love what we do have. And so what we have gets us somewhere. I like back to the friendship thing. I actually have said before that I am like 1100 plus rated friend. And so we're working on this really high rated friendship with this friendship rating scale.
Okay. All right. Well, that gives us a good baseline. Carol from the UK says hello.
One of my favorite humans. She's She's a real awesome person and a good friend.
Now, where would you say your relationship would just, sorry, we could do this all day.
Yeah.
Zoe's signature disc stamps are always 1060 rated, says Ben.
Ooh, 1060. So I'm gonna have to actually grab a Sphinx and a mantra. I think that, yeah, thanks. I really appreciate that rating. That's like first round out of 5. And then after you play with it and look at it more, it's gotta be, again, highest rated artwork in the world.
Did you design it?
No, Thought Space Athletics. They designed my Sphinx, and then after we started working together, they came out with their own disc line, and they came out with a mantra. So I have a Zoe AnDyke Sphinx with Infinite and a mantra with Thought Space. And this is one of the first run single foil Sphinx. Very pretty piece of art. A lot of people just buy it to put on the wall. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So then Thought Space came out with these glow plastic or glow edition mantras. And this is like one of the coolest things ever. This was Aaron interviewing me, and he's asking me, like, what do you think of when you think of mantra? And I just went 2 directions with it. I told him a little bit about my meditation, or like when I meditate, where I think I'm getting into to get to 0. And then I told him about my putting rhythm and routine. And then this comes out of it. And what a genius of an artist, him and his partner over in New Zealand. Thought Space Athletics puts out some of the most mind-blowing stuff. And 1060, I'll take it. Maybe like 1080.
We have all the same friends, Zoe, because we will soon be announcing our tour series this year, and the artwork was done exclusively by Thought Space yet again. They do such great work. And I got to keep us on task, because I could just sit here and chat with you, because we are 1,000 rated friends.
Right? We already just moved up.
I want to ask you about UPlay Disc Golf, and we need to announce that as of today, DGA and UPlay are official partners. So shake hands. Can you? No, it goes to the side. Just can you put?
I've never done a virtual shake.
Well, you gotta. No, it's the other side. The other. Yes. Yeah. There you go.
Wow. I can teach people how to play disc golf really well, but you can start training programs on virtual handshake. I just like the idea.
I should probably have done a high five. Would have been way more simple instead of. But yes,
I'm good at those.
Official UPlay partners, and we are absolutely stoked and honored.
And so is UPlay. DGA, they're the beginning of the game. They're historically kind of some of the very first things. If you guys look into historical and who was their first, DGA is like our godfathers in kind of paving the path in disc golf. And it's, from a personal friendship with pretty much everybody that I know at the factory, to just respecting what they built so long ago and where we are today in disc golf, where DGA continues to thrive and put out great products and survive and do amazing and provide, So I'm really excited, because it's kind of like something that I always would have dreamt up, and then I never knew I was going to start a nonprofit. And now on a business level, I'm dancing with my friends on such a fun, happy stage,
So tell us about your dance. What is UPlay, and what are you guys doing over there?
We do disc golf.
Oh, it's a literal dance. Oh, I thought that was a metaphor.
Yeah, so I met up with those guys actually on my travels home from the Las Vegas Challenge this year. I went down there and competed, took the slow road home, and we were able to organize some safe just business meeting up. And what's super clear is UPlay's mission is all about teaching, educating, getting disc golf opportunities in front of as many people as possible. We always started with teaching in schools, and over the 3.5 years, almost 4 years now of being incorporated. We've even expanded our mission to like growing the women's game, and then specifically, let's educate people about the history of the game. Let's, and providing all these opportunities. And I'm sitting here thinking about all the different avenues and programs DGA has, and got Scott and Caesar at in the same area, and we're like, we got to connect these dots. We believe in the same things. We're really energetic and passionate about disc golf, and we should probably just, I use the term collective impact, and that's how I've built anything so far with the nonprofit. And collective impact is what I'd like to say our meeting was focused on. How can we help each other, help the world, and provide these opportunities? And helping the world is through disc golf in our eyes, It's
Right.
like some people smile to show you that they're happy, and we provide disc golf, both of us in business and in our professional lives, to enhance happiness. So yeah, becoming partners is a no-brainer when you talk about things like that. And when I find myself in conversations like that, the unique creativity behind what we can do, that just gets really, really fun, and those guys are really creative, really cool.
Yeah. It's most of the time. Yeah. There are so many fun things. So this is a new relationship. We don't have anything set in stone in terms of how it's going to play out, but there is just so much potential for collaboration. One specific thing that we're doing right now is the Replay course upgrade program, where we're going to award a course, 18 new Mach 7s, and then they take those existing baskets and transplant them into new courses or upgrade other courses and kind of move the love down the line, so to speak, which could set up some really cool opportunities for us, to partner with schools via UPlay and get some courses installed in some schools, get some kids playing and addicted to the game, and then they buy discs, and then I get rich. So, you're doing it for the kids. That's great. I've got other motivation, but everybody wins.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing up the Replay program. Everybody really does win. When a course that's already existing gets new baskets, the entire local and traveling disc golf community wins. And then when we recycle those baskets, which is what DGA's program has already been about, that's a no-brainer as well. We're in front of schools and audiences on the regular, emails, multiple on the daily. Hey, how can we get a course? How can we get help? We are having trouble with funding. We are green thinking and like earth friendly. Like nobody needs to continue to keep producing if we can fill a gap where a gap couldn't be filled before. And
sure.
So UPlay having those opportunities to help schools and places that we're already trying to gift disc golf. This is just a really beautiful package, and something that UPlay has. And we're not super out loud about it because we get so many of these in-kind donations, but we have a recycled disc program, and every disc golfer out there we know has a couple of discs in their garage or in their room that they're probably never going to throw. And whether they've been thrown or not, we always just have people constantly making donations of discs they'll never throw so that we can turn around and grant or gift those to our schools or to our clinics or community camps and programs, And so our most recent 100, it was a box of 90 discs, and then another 100 went up to Juneau, Alaska. We're looking forward to doing some more video coaching and teaching projects with them, but we just were able to resource them with all these discs and their club so that UPlay wasn't taking the burden on, of all the shipping. Their club just made a donation for that shipping cost, and everybody's really doing great things. So Replay program for baskets, recycled program for discs, and then above and beyond, that's just a really fun start to what we can do.
Yeah. Stan Pratt says, hit the like button for one of the nicest people in disc golf. I made sure to comment, make sure you hit the button for Zoe too, guys. But I do appreciate that, Stan. Thank you so much. That's very That's very kind. But don't leave
This is
Zoe out.
awesome.
I want to
Yeah.
go back now. Well, actually, let's finish out the involvement, the next phase of that, because I want to ask two things, and then I'd like to backtrack and talk about what a UPlay camp or program would look like actually in a school. But to finish out
Mhm.
that part of the conversation, if there's somebody watching who's like, I'm just a regular disc golf, but I love Zoe and I love the idea of getting disc golf in schools, and how can I donate a disc? Can I donate money? Where can I do that? Or if you're listening and you know a school or you're part of a school system, like, man, I'd love to get UPlay in my school system. Can you talk us through some practical steps that people could take to get involved with what you're doing?
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for taking this moment to highlight that. This is very important work. Um, if you guys all please do yourselves a benefit and a favor and just follow us. There's at least a few smiles waiting for you if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook at UPlay Disc Golf. But then even more helpful for you and your disc golf game and the people that you want to get into disc golf, please just follow us on YouTube. There's little content now. It's growing bigger. It's a lot of there's a lot of things on there, and we're just going to grow it. Okay. And then the next way is, if you do have a little box of discs on our website, right there at uplaydiscgolf.org. We have the .org, .com, .net. You can find it easily.
I just threw those links in the Facebook and the YouTube chat straight to the website. So from there, if you go to the bottom, you can get to Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. But now for what you were just saying.
Yeah. And now if you are interested in making a disc or even minis, we give away a lot of minis. Disc golf, lightly used or appropriate to gift merchandise is really kind of what that recycled disc program is. And there's an address, and once we've received your box of discs, if you desire, UPlay will certainly send you an EIN or a donation tax receipt for your records. And you just kind of get to put the number of discs you sent on that, and that's all for you. It comes to our physical address here in Eugene, Oregon, and then we have a team of volunteers, including myself I'm the director, but a team of volunteers like Dustin Keegan and a few other local people here that sort, clean, and Sharpie out the discs so that your information's not on there. They're much more as clean as they can be presented, and definitely safe to hand off. And then the final piece, to a really big way to help us out, is we're continuously surviving on the amazing generosity of fantastic donations. Whether it's like a monthly $1 a month to a one-time thing, or anything that you're compelled to give, we search continuously for different programs in different ways, especially during these COVID and pandemic times. We're getting really creative with the programs that we're running, and we're gearing up to be back into schools. And those operations, they take a lot, and they do take funding to make them free and accessible to schools. And that's ultimately our prime thing is, every PE teacher I've ever met has a budget of this much to maybe $150. And boy, that just sure doesn't go too far. But when UPlay can get involved and we can connect some dots, really big things happen, and they actually last longer than a lot of other sporting equipment and materials.
So let's talk about a program. Ben in the chat says subbed, and your YouTube channel is no joke, by the way. I mean, there's only a handful of videos on there because you're just starting out, but I've already watched a few of them, and the production quality, the content that you're teaching is obviously super valuable, but I just wanted to say, as a video guy, that the production quality, your presentation, the lighting, the audio, everything, it is high quality content, guys. So go subscribe to UPlay's YouTube channel, because they're going to be, I know they're planning on doing more as well.
Yeah, I got to say big shout out to Fan the Flame, and then to Ella Hansen, one of the FPO rookies on tour this year. So Fan the Flame, Tanner LaBelle, and Ella Hansen are kind of our media wizards. And thank you for those compliments. They're really putting in a lot of time with us and helping us out.
It shows. Okay, so let's talk about when you go to a school. So let's say that my elementary school is connected with UPlay, and you're going to do you call it a session or a camp, or what do you call the program in a school?
Well,
Good
I call it a
question.
disc golf takeover.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And sometimes just regionally, depending on who I'm talking to, whether it's the principal, the AD, or the actual PE teachers, everybody's got different terminology. Program comes up a lot when you're talking nonprofit language and with other nonprofits and partners. But really, I just like to call it disc golf class or disc golf takeover.
Love it.
Because what UPlay originally started doing was taking over the entire school's in-session daily PE program. And so way before I ever actually even became incorporated, I went through a couple like funny names. I was calling it Oregon Youth Disc Golf and Disc Golf Teaching and all these other things before I ever got serious. And so for like 8 years, I was really trying to get in anywhere that I could teach. And so I went from 1 day, half day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and 4 day disc golf takeover programs, classes for schools. And I felt like I gained a lot of experience to figure out how, if you only have 30 minutes versus 60 minutes, if you only have half a day, 1 day, or multiple days, how could we build out the most efficient way for all these different age groups to learn how to play disc golf? And so you can imagine what I just said is quite a big array of how you're going to present the most basic but the most effective information. And so when UPlay goes into the school, let's just say for 2 days, kind of go in the middle of the road. Day one, and the first things are what is disc golf? Half of the kids raise their hand now. Used to be nobody.
That's
So
fantastic.
that's
So
our
cool.
yeah, it's already changing when you say who's played disc golf and you see those hands go up. So what is disc golf? It gets a little time. We jump right into how we hold and what we do with our body, and then we get into putting, and then how we hold drivers, what we do with our body, get into some driving. And then from there, we've got different games and drills that instill exactly what we just told them, doing air motions and like holding the disc. And then when you sprinkle in a few demonstrations, especially like when Dustin Keegan's throwing 600 feet, out there in the ball field, when they see the potential, it becomes uncapped in their brain. And then you just give them as many practice rounds and as much coaching as possible, throughout that. And the games are exciting. Everybody's played some of the regular stuff like the Ring of Fire, but when you get into PE type of games like relays and different line challenges, and your line becomes your team, and the team aspect, the encouraging each other, the coaching each other that the kids do because they just heard what you said and they can regurgitate it really well. The way UPlay comes in and takes over is kind of like disc golf camp because it's so fun. I've had so many kids, whether they were high school, it's seniors, all the way down to the young puppies, the little kindergartners. I've had them be like, "Oh, I don't actually like Frisbee," in the beginning, or "I don't throw discs. I don't care." And then like 5 minutes into it, they can't help but love it. And they're actually going to be upset if I'm not coming back tomorrow, or if UPlay is not going to be back tomorrow. So yeah, it's always hard when there's only 1 day to school, but you can get a really, really solid amount of information about what is putting, what is driving to what is driving's backhand and sidearm. And I never just for fun, I know you're not asking, but I never ever say one better than the other for anybody. Yeah. I think everybody out there probably is aware that what's comfortable and natural for you is what's right in disc golf. There's just a few basic framework, things for posture, position for your body and your hand. And then infinitely, there's better posture for all of our brains. And that's how we get better at disc golf, right? So
I feel like I need to take your class, which I can kind of do a little bit of a taste of by subscribing to your YouTube channel. So there's that.
Yeah, that's
It is interesting, though, how all of us are like, oh, yeah, okay, well, Zoe's going to teach the 7-year-olds. And, it's probably stuff that I don't need to. But even just I've watched a couple of the videos and I'm like, oh, that is such a great way to think about that. And I played for 12 years. So it's like it's so important to listen to somebody else talk about the basics and the fundamentals, because you're going to pick up stuff that you don't already
Yeah,
know.
thank you for saying that, Tyler. It's really important. I work with amateurs that have been playing FA1 or MA1 for quite a number of years. And I also have worked with some local to Oregon MPOs that are coming to me just, over the years for a little bit of private lessons. Zoe, I need you to fix my putt. Zoe, can you help me with my drive? Well, chances are they can throw farther than me, especially in MPO. But there's hitches in everybody's giddy up, if you will, or there's posture that can continuously be corrected. And most of the time when we take it back down to like how we all wish we would have started or how we're starting these kiddos off, we can fix some of these deep rooted, timing issues or posture issues in our own games. So teaching the basics is good for everybody.
Now, just so you guys know, in terms of credibility, Zoe has taught, and Zoe's been an athlete, but also coached athletes in like every sport that exists, from little leagues to the Olympics. True or false?
We're going to go part true, part false. Okay. I have coached a lot of sports. Thank you. Disc golf is the later in life adventure. And, I am coming up on, closer to a decade of working with and teaching clinics in disc golf. But in my previous life to disc golf, I was definitely a PE teacher and activities coordinator for a high school boarding school. So I had free curriculum to teach all sports there and a lot of really awesome opportunities to train, different athletes and through different club sports. But then I taught swimming, professional and competitive swimming for just under 10 years. Same thing with volleyball. I actually coached both swimming and volleyball at the high school I graduated, and then moved on in many different places around Oregon. A lot of competitive club swimming teams that I've been involved with.
And all that kind of feeds into, because I mean, it's like if somebody plays a whole bunch of different musical instruments, it's like after number 2 or 3, you're kind of, you're way time ahead. You're not really learning all that again because they all kind of play into each other. So I don't know, but I'm imagining that as an athlete of a lot of different sporting events and as a coach of a lot of different types of activity, that all bleeds into disc golf, where you're teaching kind of the same form and function, the same thought
Absolutely.
processes. And I'm going to learn something here in a second, because John Reed commented on YouTube, brain posture is so underrated. And then Ben followed that up with UPlay's YouTube page is like a 24/7 chiropractor for your brain posture. So that's the third time today that I've heard the term brain posture, and I haven't understood what it means any of those 3 times, but I would like to.
Okay. Ready for this. So, we all think of like fix your body posture, but brain posture is start by adjusting your eyebrows physically. Okay. And then that's the first way. You got to move them around though. You're not even being flexible. There you go. Okay. Well, that's the entry point, if we open our eyes to get into the brain.
I was told to not do this to guests. Okay. I was told I can't do that anymore. We're not
but literally, our brain posture, I was being cute about the way we kind of get into it through the eyeballs and through lifting our eyebrows. Usually when we lift our eyebrows, we're thinking about something a little differently. And brain posture is get the glass half full. Think positive. Believe in it. It's not the questioning of why are we doing this, so where the brain goes, why, or, oh no, I don't want to do that. I'm so afraid of that, or all these other negative thoughts. This is brain posture is continuously keeping your head up so you can see what you want. If your head was down, your posture wouldn't allow you to see what you want. So brain posture keeps your brain positive, and we don't have time to go into dark or negative areas because our brain posture is so strong. We're going to let all of our energy go into our, thinking about our physical disc golf posture. If our brain posture is strong, meaning being positive mental attitude, again, planning for what you want is brain posture, and continuing to stay focused on that. If something's taking you away from what you want, your posture is getting really curly or lowly. Yeah, like that. So you're going to want to fix your eyebrows, fix your face, your smile. Like, this is good. This looks better, and it helps the brain posture. Like, you got those pearly whites out. That helps brain posture. Whoa, I like what you're doing with the screen here.
Can you see my brain posture improving? Wow, this is way
Oh
too
boy.
close. This is too
So
much.
Tyler,
You
man,
can
he's
almost
such a good student.
you can actually see my brain. The more we zoom in, if we zoomed in too close, there would be brain matter there. I'm not making fun of it. I
I'm
actually love that. That is like something I'm immediately going to adopt, just a way of keeping your mental game, you know, straight, positive, focused, up.
Yeah. Yeah. You just always got to kind of think. My dad actually raised me from the time I could understand what he was saying. He's always said, just think positive. And he always had this like positive, and it was like comforting. I didn't even give it justice. Positive. And so here I get this for, my childhood all the way through adulthood. And then I'm a coach, and then I work on all these kind of mental games and techniques to do better on the course. And got to adjust your brain posture always.
Can UPlay fix Barrett's putting? That's you need to watch a couple of our YouTube videos. You'll get the joke. Can you fix anybody's putting with brain posture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, yes. I actually say that all the time. Put the putter in with your brain. If your body's not doing it today, put the putter in with your brain.
Okay.
Okay.
Question for Zoe. How do you protect brain posture when card mates are super negative or toxic?
Wow, that's maybe one of the most asked questions I get. How do you protect yourself? Well, good question. Because if you came into the situation unprepared for it, it would be hard to protect yourself. So, thanks for helping everybody that's listening right now. If something comes out of anybody's mouth on your card that doesn't apply to your happiness level in casual conversation or the game, you have the permission from the PDGA rulebook all the way to probably the way your wonderful, lovely parents or guardians raised you to stop listening because it doesn't apply to what you're doing. Now, if I'm going to spend a Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 hours a day or 4 hours, however long the round is, with somebody that is talking a lot about what doesn't apply to what I'm doing, I think it's fair and appropriate to let them know, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and do me. In some type of way, you do you is the first indicator or line of defense. If line of defense is deflected, the next thing that you can do is casually remind them that you're focused on who's next or whose shot it is next. And if it's not yours and not theirs, it's easier to be like, actually right now I'm watching Bobby Sue's shot over here, and then I'm planning on mine. I don't know what you said. And it's okay that you might have known what they said. You don't know what they said means you don't need to know what they said, and you can scoot along. But having physical posture and nice words that deflect and then getting yourself away is all your responsibility is. None of us owe any more than that in disc golf. You do need to know where everybody's shots are. You need to know when it's your turn, and you're responsible for taking 30 seconds. And I said those things specifically because that's another line of defense that the PDGA rulebook gives you to nicely let somebody know they're really cramping your style and your time, and maybe even the entire tournament's time, and that wouldn't be fair. So you're all about fairness. You're all about posture physically and like moving around, and you're all about letting people know where your comfort level is, and you don't have to be rude. I think it's really important to stay nice and respectful anytime we are addressing something uncomfortable, because we usually get a better result. And that's hard to do. I don't remember the name of the person that just asked that, but that was a really hard question, and I hope that was helpful for you. A lot of people suffer out there, and the more we respectfully and professionally act out there, the less we'll have to see it all over the place. And so let's all just help coach each other and be respectful, and keep your focus on what you're doing. That's the most important thing.
Love that. That was John, and John, actually Zoe learned all of that because of her relationship with Valerie Jenkins. I mean, am I right? Every time you're on a card with Valerie, she is just so toxic, and it's so, I mean, and you have to just constantly, Val, listen, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Okay. I can't, this is a defense mechanism,
Defense
and
mechanism.
you're
Yeah,
polite
I'll
but
tell
firm.
you.
I get it. I get it.
Boy, am I a lucky girl. I'll tell you one thing. Hey, I don't know if anybody was asking, but my dream card would be, and I would shoot the highest rated round. Paul Macbeth would be dreaming of getting lessons from me. If I had Paige, if
Yeah.
I had Val, if I had, there's a few people I could put in this spot, but definitely own Scoggins. We go pretty far back and want to talk about happy, playful, focused on like, let's jam these putts, let's out golf each other, and let's have fun doing it while we're doing it and clap for each other's shots. Like, that's probably the best case scenario for any tournament round in the world. If you got one person that you're cheering for and they're cheering for you, great. But that's also not a responsibility. It just sure feels good to have more fun with your card mates.
Yeah.
So.
And I would imagine that the point is too that elevates your game. I mean, the more that you're all supporting each other, the better that you're doing. It feeds on itself.
My putting circle goes from pretty big to at least triple the size if I'm being playful with my friends.
Love that. Guys, do you want, let's forget I mean, you can keep doing UPlay, but I'm going to develop on the side an app that just has your voice, that we could just play these little quips. Oh my gosh, let's get with UDisc, and it needs to just be part of the scorekeeping thing where there's little shortcuts at the top of the screen, and it can be like the little paper clip pops up and says, hey, looks like you've had 2 bogeys in a row. Are you feeling toxic? And then you can just click on a little video. Zoe can talk about positive brain posture, and you can just take some breaths. Your limbic system closes down. You move back on with the next shot. There's some money in this.
This is huge.
I'll come up with a proposal.
Hey, and our friends over at UDisc, they're so good at everything they're doing. They're so smart, and they're really witty. I think they'd be interested in those little happy bubble voices. Who knows? Hey, I know we're probably like running a little thin on my time here. I want to say something about DGA really quickly that's really important to me, and this is personal, Zoe, and it is the fact that, and it leads into the organization. I'm personally sponsored by Infinite Discs, which allows me to throw anything I want, which is a dream come true. I haven't thrown any bag I want or any disc I want in my bag, mixed bag, since just before 2013. Yeah, Legacy was my first sponsor. And now that I have this incredible option to throw all of the discs in the world, I actually am trying to build my disc golf bag to only have my friends and only have my buddies or my partners in there. And so an example is that I have like Paige Pierce Fierce. I've got a Bindi James Conrad, MVP disc in there. Right now, I'm working the Squall. Got a Matt Bell Squall. Trying to work in. And let me just tell you the pipeline. I saw the one you showed up or you threw up earlier.
I have a twin.
This is a sweet disc. I love the pipeline. And Matt Bell's a good dude. And then Shasta.
Oh, love that.
I had to give that love out, though, because if there's any DGA fans out there that want to put a comment of, oh, I think Zoe needs this friend DGA bag disc in their bag, I'll give it a try. Guess what? I think I can throw any disc in the world. And now that I have the best sponsor in the world that like lets me, I take challenges and I can turn it into a cute, fuzzy, warm, like story moment about a friend or a teaching moment. So give me a chance to teach you about a DGA disc challenge, and I'll do it sometime within this Cali swing in the month of May.
I love that. We're going to have Trevor Harbolt added to our tour series discs this year. So that'll be another one for consideration. But we'll definitely have some good ones for Matt and Shasta coming out soon. Can I throw one last thing at you? We're getting some comment. Let me put this one out there, and then we can wrap it up. But John says, no pressure, but if there's time, any tips for introducing special needs individuals to disc golf? I coach Special Olympics softball and would love to branch out to disc golf.
Absolutely. That's a really, really powerful and fantastic question. Thank you for asking. I do have some experience with, inside of those 27 schools, we've had 6 opportunities to go over into the special education department. And I have a lot of luck with, if you have gym space or field space, whichever, a basket and a nice set of softer putters, light putters, just putters specifically. And let them, so whether you're showing them grip or whatever, you want to show them how to hold it, and you want to show them what you're doing, and standing within an arm's length to 2 arms length of the basket gives them a really good understanding of either what to connect with what they hear, and the sound of the chains is exciting, or visual learning. They're watching you do it, and then they're going to try to repeat it after you. But just standing next to a basket with a pile of discs and keeping it into small numbers. If that special ed department had 15 kids, I would say 2 to 3 max is really important, because each one of them needs the individual attention of what it is that gets them excited about what they see or hear. And man, it works. Watch out. They might have a hard time ending class once they've understood. Even spinning and playing fidget spin with a disc might be more exciting than throwing it into a basket, but showing the opportunities of what can be done with a disc in your hand and potentially a target is a really good thing. Just stay right next to it and full focused attention.
Love it. Okay, Zoe, one last time, and everybody's saying nice things about you. You can go back through and watch all these, watch all the comments come in our broadcast. But tell people one last time how they can get involved with what you're doing. And I'm going to put the links again to your website. Again.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so first place to go, you guys, UPlayDiscGolf.org. Get on our website. It's continuously updating, and there's a lot of opportunity. Recycled discs, donations. It fast tracks getting disc golf out there to people that do not have it. And follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at UPlay Disc Golf.
Okay. Zoe, thank you so much. We are so proud to be UPlay partners, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what develops out of this.
Thank you for having me on so much today, Tyler. And thanks everybody for writing in and all the lovely things. Continue to work on your brain posture.
Okay. Hopefully see you in a couple weeks or in a month or so up at Masters.
You will. That's right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Zoe. Bye. Well, she was terrible, but we managed to get through that interview somehow. I don't know how. I mean, no wonder she's had to learn how to deal with toxicity, Hard to get a nice thing out of that lady's mouth. Obviously, Zoe AnDyke is one of the nicest people, maybe in the history of people, but more than that, I'm so excited about what they're doing, truly excited about what UPlay is doing, and honored that we are able to partner with them. So go check them out and support them. Okay. Let's talk product updates. We've got a few things here to chat about. Now, what I do have is pictures. What I don't have, Tyler, I like your beard posture. That's not a thing. What I do have is pictures. What I don't have is like them pretty, like incorporated into the shot. So we're just gonna give me a second and let me. I'm just gonna throw them out. Okay, so we've got some discs coming in. Now I need to preface this by saying that don't call KG demanding these right now. These discs that I'm going to show you here are all on their way to a dealer near you. And Ray took over your brain. Only Ray would say mean things about Zoe. That's probably true. Even in jest, it felt bad. Yes, Joe, I agree. Yeah, she is the best. What is behind your hand-eye line? Hand-eye line. We've got a few stock disc restocks that have our updated artwork. So let's check those out. These will be available on our website by the end of next week, by Friday. So they are going to be on their way to stores very soon. So let's start with the Proline Bonsai, which has lately been my favorite disc anyway. But I love how the new stock stamp artwork interacts with the icon behind the bonsai. Super fun, very eye-catching. Definitely going to get a lot of compliments out on the course. Let's follow that up with the SP Breaker. Fantastic. In my opinion, the best approach disc in the game. I know a lot of people use it for putting, definitely driving off the tee, but there is no denying that the Breaker, being, you know, like to compare it to be a little bit shorter zone. It's that 150 foot to 200 foot, just money. It's never going to be outside circle one, or your money back, guaranteed. And then finally, the Proline Hurricane, another fun one. This one's fun because it kind of is reminiscent of the, I want to say 2018 Proline Flex Hurricane with the big icon stamp on the middle of it. So this one's again got the disc icon in the background behind the name of the disc. So once again, we got Proline Bonsai long ago, so it sounds like those discs are going to be on their way very soon. Bonsai gang, rise up. There you go. Ben says, I just got a breaker. Guess I'll have to get another. Great new stock stamp, says Stan Pratt. Stan Pratt, oh my gosh, I never messaged you. You won the disc golf pin. This is a terrible time to remember that. Now everybody knows I'm disorganized. Congrats, Stan Pratt. You won the disc golf pin that we gave away in the last live stream. So let us know if you want us to mail it to you, that you're also in the DGA area. So you could certainly pick one out the next time that you're in the office. Let us know, and congrats. Okay, a couple other things, actually. We are not done. We have restocked and updated our starter bags. So it's a slightly different design, as well as updated colors and the new DGA branding on those. So those are going to be live at discgolf.com shortly. And then we've also got a new polo to talk about. I love this one. I've got one on its way to me. I'm very excited about it. It is very minimal, but it looks like it's going to be, it's very eye-catching. I love the DGA icon here on the front. And then you've got a sleeve hit of the logo on the side. So we're calling this the Performance Polo because obviously when you wear it, you'll have the best performance on the golf course that you have ever had, ever. Guaranteed, or your money back. Can I say that? Am I not supposed to say? No money back. You're going to be terrible just like you always are, but you're going to look great doing it. That's the official slogan. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, and Blowfly ones are restocked. What else? There's a lot. There's a lot going on. We've always got something going on. Oh, disc golf pins still available. I did not throw a picture of that in here. Some of you have seen them in a couple of our live streams, but we've got two different disc golf pins with 4 different colors each. Those are going to be super great additions to your bag or hat or jeans, wherever you put pins. I don't think that we have collaborated with them, Scott, on Facebook. Ironically, Crispin who runs that brand lives in the same town as I do, so I definitely know who that is. I don't think we've done any work with them officially. KG says, I can say that as long as I'm the one paying out the refunds. All right. Officially, no. No, we don't guarantee any performance, just that you'll look good. No back hit on the Polo, just a clean, minimal look. What's my opinion on jeans on the course? You know, there's better options. I don't think there's anything wrong with them per se, except for the fact that there's better options. Like, is there anything wrong with throwing a disc from a different manufacturer from DGA? I mean, it's like, that's not black and white. I'm not going to say that that's wrong. It's just that there's better options. Like these. Oh, like these. Is it wrong to play on a course that doesn't have DGA baskets? Well, no, it's not wrong, but there's better options. Oh, good. Ben was looking for blowfly ones this morning. Well, there you go. We knew that. We heard. We put a rush order on the production of those, so you're welcome. Okay. Yes, that was a very fun episode. Again, love talking to Zoe. Super excited to partner with them. And we have a lot of stuff coming in, so stay tuned. We're going to be making Facebook posts. Go subscribe to our email list. Go to discgolf.com and sign up for our email list. We always throw out an email when we have new items that go up on our site. Disc Golf Luke in the chat. How's it going? Other than that, we've got the Jonesboro Open happening right now. Thank you all for tuning in spite of the fact that that is broadcasting live now on the Disc Golf Network. So definitely go to UDisc Live after this. Check in on our friends Trevor, Noah, and Matt who are competing in the Jonesboro Open. It looks like all of them but Trevor have finished their rounds. Trevor's got 2 holes left. He's putting for birdie from circle 1. Oh, wow. Trevor Harbolt, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing but birdies and pars today. That is fantastic. He is 7 under and putting for birdie on hole 17. Way to go. Noah was 6 under with 1 bogey. Very solid round. Fantastic. It looks like Matt Bell had a little bit of trouble in the middle of the stretch, but finished out well. It's definitely still in position. So udisclive.com if you guys want to follow along with those live scores, or you can go to the Disc Golf Network, which is currently broadcasting all the action to subscribers. Nasser just showed up in the chat. Nasser, I forgot to ask Zoe the question. We were even talking about her background as a PE teacher and the things that they do for schools. I'll text her, Nasser, for sure. We'll make it happen. John, Noah does have some signature discs. He does not have a Tour Series disc in 2021, but he does have some Noah Meitzma stamped DGA discs out there. Anything in the works at DDO? Yes. Good question. I am planning on being there. I'm going to try and capture some content. Hopefully I will be there to capture one of our team members winning DDO. I will also be there beforehand to try and get some footage for some new products, as well as hopefully just something fun, just getting to hang out with the team and shooting some content with them. Very excited about that. All right. Well, if anybody is playing this weekend, let me know. I think I'm going to shut down the live here in just a couple minutes. If you are bagging any DGA and noticing anything different or new, any DGA discs thoughts that you have, let me know. If you're going to be throwing some DGA this weekend, I'd love to hear about it. Do some live streaming of Matt, Noah, or Trevor. That would definitely be on my to-do list. I think I'm just going to have 20 things on a list. And, you know, we'll rank it in order of importance and then see how much of it we can get done. Good question, Joe. Man, there should be. Hunter, good question. No, I don't believe so. Will there be a Tyler Tour Series Glowfly? Well, I would have to say Ty the Glowfly guy. Soon, Nicholas. Good question. Nicholas on Facebook asks, when is the Hurricane going into production? There are things in the works, Nicholas, so stay tuned. That would be rad. Okay, thank you all for being part of the live stream. John says, I'm throwing my Matt Bell pipeline tonight. Ta-da. It's going to kick a different disc out of the bag. It does that. It just does. It's amazing. I keep trying to talk the pipeline up higher and higher, and I keep underselling it. It is the best disc in the world. That's where it's at. That's where it's at right now. Assistant to the marketing manager, Tour Series Hurricanes. Yep, there'd be a big demand for that. Oh, nice. Hunter has a signature Caleb Bryant Quake, and it's amazing. It is. I mean, we've got some new SP Quakes floating around, and they are definitely amazing. Oh, hey, speaking of DGA discs, I have a story. I threw a First Flight Hurricane for the first time yesterday. I bought one from somebody in DGA all day, and I've heard a lot of amazing things about them. It was amazing. Guys, if you see one going for $30, $40, $50, get it, because the hype is real. It was incredibly good. Right out of the box, it's flying like one of the 2020 Tour Series Hurricanes, but it seems like it's going farther. And I can see that 3-4 months from now, it'll be even less stable once I beat it in a little bit. Fantastic disc. I'm so excited to have in my bag. Jeff is playing a steady BL only round this evening. Nice. Well, I anticipate a lot of two-shot birdies. Drive with the BL, put it to 20 feet, and make the putt. Hello, good afternoon from Brazil in Rio. Hello, Fabricio. My apologies if I am pronouncing your username incorrectly. Guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for being part of the live. Thanks for being active in the chat. Really appreciate you guys supporting Zoe. And as always, appreciate you being here to support DGA. We are working hard to get you guys some more fun stuff. Have a good weekend. Talk to you next week. We've got some more fun announcements coming, so stay tuned, okay? Peace out.